In the quiet streets of Stockholm, Sweden, a revolution was brewing. Not one of politics or social upheaval, but of pixels and imagination. The year was 2009, and a bearded programmer working alone in his apartment would soon unleash a creation that would reshape entertainment, education, and creative expression for an entire generation. This is the story of Minecraft, a deceptively simple game of blocks that became a global phenomenon. But it's also the story of Marcus Persson, known to millions as Notch, a shy developer whose creation would bring him unimaginable wealth, fame, and ultimately, isolation. Like many tech visionaries, Marcus Persson's journey began early. Born in Stockholm in 1979, he was given his first computer at age 7, a Commodore 128. What was a toy for most children became something more for young Marcus. By age 8, he was programming his first games. The 1980s were a fertile era for self-taught programmers. Home computers were becoming accessible, and magazines published code that enthusiasts would type in line by line. For an introverted child like Marcus, the computer offered both escape and empowerment, a world where he could create his own rules. Sweden in the 1990s was becoming a quiet powerhouse in game development. As Marcus entered his teens, Swedish studios were producing globally successful titles. But the path to becoming a professional game developer was still unclear, especially for a young man without formal training. After dropping out of high school, Marcus took odd programming jobs. He worked as a developer for King.com years before they would strike gold with Candy Crush, and later for J-Album, a photo sharing service. But his true passion remained game development. In his free time, he experimented with creating his own games under the nickname Notch. The mid-2000s saw the rise of independent game development. Digital distribution was making it possible for single developers to reach audiences without publishers. Games like Dwarf Fortress and Infiniminer were experimenting with procedurally generated worlds and block-based building. Marcus was paying attention. In May 2009, working evenings and weekends, Marcus began developing a new project. Initially called Cave Game, it combined elements he loved from other games. The creative building of Infiniminer, the survival aspects of Dwarf Fortress, and the simplicity of early adventure games. 6 days after beginning development, he released an early alpha version online. The first version of Minecraft was crude by today's standards. Just a procedurally generated landscape of blocks that players could destroy and place. There were no enemies, no crafting system, no survival elements, just a world waiting to be shaped. But something about this simple concept resonated with early players. Word began to spread through gaming forums. Though barely a game in the traditional sense, Minecraft offered something different. A blank canvas, a world of possibilities. Early adopters began sharing screenshots of their creations. Marcus was quick to respond to feedback, adding new features almost daily. For the first months, Minecraft remained a side project. Marcus would work his day job at J-Album, then come home and develop his game, often coding late into the night. But as interest grew, he made a fateful decision. He would sell access to the unfinished game to fund its continued development. It was a novel concept at the time, paying for a game that wasn't finished with the promise of free updates as development continued. Marcus charged just €10 for access. He hoped to sell perhaps a few thousand copies. What happened next would change everything. By early 2010, Minecraft was selling hundreds of copies per day. Still in alpha, still developed by just one man, the game was generating more income than Marcus's salary at J-Album. In June 2010, he made the leap, quitting his job to focus on Minecraft full-time. What was driving this unexpected success? Minecraft had no marketing budget, no publisher, and minimal press coverage. What it did have was word of mouth, powered by a passionate community. Players weren't just buying a game, they were joining a movement, becoming part of something that was still taking shape. A crucial factor in Minecraft's spread was YouTube. The game's open-ended nature made it perfect for creating shareable content. Early Minecraft YouTubers began attracting huge audiences, effectively marketing the game for free. For many young players, their first exposure to Minecraft came not through playing, but through watching others build and explore. With success came growth. In late 2010, Marcus founded Mojang, a company to manage Minecraft's development. He hired friends and colleagues, including Jacob Porser and Carl Manna. What had been a bedroom project was now a proper business, though one that maintained an informal, almost family-like atmosphere. As Minecraft evolved from alpha to beta, new features transformed the experience. The addition of survival mode, with its day-night cycle and hostile monsters, gave the game tension and challenge. The crafting system added depth and progression. Redstone circuits brought logic and automation. Each update expanded the possibilities. The community continued to grow at an astonishing rate. Fan conventions drew thousands. Online, millions of players shared builds, mods, and stories. Minecraft was becoming more than a game. It was a creative platform, a social space, and increasingly, an educational tool. In 2011, Minecraft had transcended digital boundaries. Merchandise appeared in stores. Talk of movies and television shows circulated. All this while the game was technically still in beta, still evolving. For Marcus Persson, the shy programmer who had started this project in his spare time, the attention was both validating and overwhelming. In November 2011, Minecraft officially released after 2.5 years of public development. By then, it had already sold more than 4 million copies. The game's launch on mobile devices and later consoles would multiply that success many times over. What had begun as a one-man project was becoming one of the best-selling games of all time. Mainstream recognition followed. Magazines featured Minecraft on their covers. Television shows referenced it. Schools began using it as an educational tool. The blocky aesthetic of the game became instantly recognizable across the globe. And at the center of this phenomenon was Marcus Persson, now a reluctant celebrity. Fame sits differently on different shoulders. For Marcus Persson, the attention was increasingly uncomfortable. Naturally introverted, he found himself thrust into the spotlight, expected to be the face of a global brand. As Minecraft creator, he was celebrated, but also scrutinized. Twitter became both outlet and albatross for Marcus. His unfiltered thoughts, sometimes controversial, often blunt, reached millions instantly. The line between the man and the brand began to blur. For Mojang's business partners and employees, Marcus's outspoken nature occasionally caused concern. Meanwhile, Minecraft itself was growing beyond any single person's vision. The team at Mojang expanded the game in ways Marcus hadn't anticipated. The player base diversified, with children becoming the largest demographic. What had begun as one man's creative expression was now a product with stakeholders, expectations, and responsibilities. Gradually, Marcus stepped back from Minecraft's day-to-day development. Other team members took the lead, while he experimented with new game concepts. But none captured the magic of his first success. The shadow of Minecraft loomed large, perhaps too large for any follow-up to escape. Success had brought financial freedom beyond imagination. Marcus bought a luxurious home in Stockholm and enjoyed his wealth. But money, as many have discovered, doesn't guarantee happiness. Friends reported that he seemed increasingly isolated, struggling with his identity as the Minecraft guy rather than simply Marcus. The pressure mounted from multiple directions. Some players criticized changes to their game. Business responsibilities grew more complex, and the gaming industry watched eagerly for Marcus's next move. ready to judge it against the impossible standard of Minecraft's success. By 2014, major companies were circling. Mojang, still privately owned by Marcus and a few early employees, was an attractive acquisition target. Minecraft was generating hundreds of millions in revenue annually, with growth showing no signs of slowing. For a company looking to establish or strengthen its gaming division, Mojang represented a crown jewel. Among the suitors was Microsoft, a tech giant looking to bolster its gaming portfolio. Initial discussions evolved into serious negotiations. For Microsoft, Minecraft offered a rare opportunity, a game that appealed across age groups, platforms, and global markets. The potential synergies with education, Azure cloud services, and Windows were obvious. For Marcus, the decision was more personal than financial. Selling would mean letting go of his creation, but also escaping the burden of responsibility it represented. After years in the spotlight, years of pressure and expectations, perhaps it was time to step away. In September 2014, the announcement shocked the gaming world. Microsoft would acquire Mojang for $2.5 billion. Marcus would receive the majority of the proceeds, approximately $1.8 billion, and would leave the company immediately after the sale. The creator of Minecraft was walking away from his creation. With billions in his account, Marcus Persson could have done anything, gone anywhere. He chose Beverly Hills, purchasing a $70 million mansion, outbidding celebrities like Beyoncé and Jay-Z in the process. The house became a symbol of his new life, opulent, extravagant, and very far from the modest apartment where he had created Minecraft. For a time, Marcus embraced the lifestyle his wealth afforded. He hosted parties attended by celebrities and strangers alike. The quiet programmer from Stockholm was now rubbing shoulders with the Hollywood elite.
Yo, Nosh, I can see you, Nosh. I love you, man. Thanks for making Minecraft. Because it wasn't Minecraft and Nosh, we'd be fucking partying together. Look at him.
But those who knew him well wondered if this newfound social world was fulfilling or merely distracting. Away from the structured environment of Mojang and the purpose provided by Minecraft's development, Marcus seemed adrift. His social media posts became more personal, more melancholic. In December 2015, just a year after the Microsoft sale, he posted a series of tweets that laid bare his struggles. "The problem with getting everything is you run out of reasons to keep trying," he wrote. "Hanging out in Ibiza with a bunch of friends and partying with famous people, able to do whatever I want, and I've never felt more isolated." The man who had everything, it seemed, was profoundly unhappy. The public response was mixed. Some expressed sympathy for the loneliness behind the wealth. Others had little patience for the complaints of a billionaire. The truth, as always, was more complex than either view. Marcus was experiencing the disorientation that can come when a life's defining purpose is suddenly removed. Gradually, Marcus stepped back from the public eye. His social media presence became more sporadic, less revealing. He still programmed, still created, but no longer with the pressure of commercial expectations. If there was a next chapter to his story, it would unfold largely in private. Meanwhile, Minecraft thrived under Microsoft's stewardship. Contrary to community fears, the acquisition didn't fundamentally change the game's direction or spirit. If anything, Microsoft's resources allowed for more ambitious development, bringing Minecraft to new platforms and expanding its educational potential. Minecraft Education Edition became a staple in classrooms around the world. The game that began as one man's creative experiment was now teaching children about history, math, computer science, and ecology. The educational impact alone would have been a remarkable legacy, even without the game's commercial success. Today, Minecraft stands as one of the most successful games of all time, having sold over 238 million copies across all platforms. Its influence on game design, on digital creativity, and on a generation of young players is immeasurable. Few cultural products of the digital age have shown such longevity or breadth of impact. The story of Minecraft and Marcus Persson diverged on that September day in 2014. The creation continued its journey without its creator, evolving in ways even he could not have imagined. And the creator sought to build a life beyond the shadow of his creation, a challenge perhaps more difficult than building Minecraft itself. For the game industry, Minecraft represented a paradigm shift. It proved that a single developer could create something of global significance. It demonstrated the power of early access development and community co-creation, and it showed that graphical simplicity could be a strength rather than a limitation. For a generation of young people, Minecraft has been more than entertainment. It has been a canvas for expression, a tool for learning, and often the first introduction to concepts like coding, architecture, and environmental design. Children who first played Minecraft in elementary school are now entering universities and workplaces, their perspectives shaped in part by those blocky landscapes. And what of the relationship between creator and creation? Marcus Persson gave the world Minecraft, but in some ways, Minecraft came to define him in return, for better and worse. It brought him wealth and recognition beyond imagination, but also challenges to his identity and purpose that wealth alone couldn't solve. Perhaps there's something fitting about Minecraft's procedurally generated worlds, endless, ever-expanding, with no true completion possible. Like the game itself, the impact of Minecraft continues to grow, block by block, in ways that transcend any single vision or purpose. In a world of increasingly sophisticated graphics and complex game design, Minecraft reminded us of a simple truth: that imagination needs not photorealism, but possibility. Not handcrafted perfection, but space to create. In giving players not just a world, but the tools to reshape it, Marcus Persson built something truly rare. Not just a game that would be played, but a game that would be lived. The blocks may be simple, but the legacy is profound. From a bedroom in Stockholm to classrooms, living rooms, and creative studios worldwide, Minecraft stands as testament to what one person with an idea can build, and how that creation can, in turn, help millions build worlds of their own.